Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Reloaded Daily, the spot where we unpack all the internet chaos in real time. Now listen, my dog Pooh Shiesty been free for, what, a couple days? Less than a week. And somehow, the street's already trying to stamp him with that snitch label. Usually, when a rapper come home, it's a honeymoon phase. Everybody happy, reposting old videos, calling him the realest, giving him a few weeks of peace. But not this time. Nah, internet ain't even let bruh breathe. We talking about a man who just did 5 years on a Fed gun and robbery case, and the minute he touched daylight, boom, Wack 100 back online saying Pooh took a proffer. Now I like Wack and respect him, but come on, bruh. Now, if you ain't from that world, I'ma break down exactly what that means, where the rumor came from, and whether Pooh really cooperated, or if this just another case of clout chasing gone wrong. Alright, let's rewind this a bit. Pooh got locked up back in 2021 for that situation down in Miami. He was renting a supercar, I think it was a McLaren or something foreign, from this dude who also happened to be a little plug on the side. Now, according to the reports, Pooh hit him up to extend the rental. The guy said, "Cool, just pull up with the bread. I'll even have some Loud and some Jordans for you." So they meet up, and instead of a smooth handoff, things went left. Shots got fired, folks got robbed, and that whole meetup turned into a felony case that landed Pooh 5 years in the feds. But see, even back then, Pooh's defense was simple. They tried to rob me, so I robbed them back. Crazy logic, but that's the line he stood on. Now this where it get messy. The first whisper about Pooh being a snitch started years ago, when Wack 100 claimed Pooh signed what's called a Proffer agreement. Now, a proffer, for folks who don't know, is when you sit down with the feds and share information. Sometimes about yourself, sometimes about others, in exchange for some kind of legal protection or lighter sentence. So the moment that word hit the streets, people jumped straight to, he must have told.
When they hear proffer, right, automatically assume cooperation. And I'm going to tell you why. If one goes to Google and puts in government factual proffer, the verbiage of that is a government factual proffer is a meeting between a criminal defendant or witness and the government where the defendant shares information with the government in exchange for limited immunity.
Pooh's lawyer and his pops actually hopped online and cleared it up. They said he ain't give no info on nobody. He just took responsibility for his own part. Even Wack 100 seemed cool with that explanation. He even had Pooh's lawyer on his live stream 3 years ago, and everything looked settled. But you know how Wack move. He like a chess player that never stopped thinking 3 moves ahead. Fast forward to this week. Pooh just got released, fans celebrating, posting flicks like he back in motion. And out of nowhere, Wack hops on DJ Academic's stream talking about, "Yo, my exposer sent me new paperwork. It say Pooh told on 2 people. Now he tried to make it sound like, I ain't gonna post it. I like Pooh." But nah. Once Wack even mentioned your name and the word paperwork in the same sentence, the internet finna run wild. And look, Wack a strategic dude. He know exactly what he doing. He throw out just enough info to make the streets argue, but not enough to lock himself in. He said, "They sent me the docs. I ain't read them yet." But come on, Wack don't speak on paperwork unless he already read every line. That man been doing this internet warfare thing for years. He'll drop one sentence and boom, blogs, reaction channels, Twitter, everybody spinning the story before breakfast. Soon as that rumor started cooking, Pooh's lawyer, the same dude from before, jumped back online ready to smoke Wack. He called him everything but a child of God. Said, Wack 100 is living up to his name because he's Wack. He basically said the whole snitch angle was idiotic, that Pooh never cooperated, never gave a statement, never flipped on nobody. He said all Pooh did was admit to his part in the crime and expose that the victims lied. The lawyer even explained, those same dudes Pooh allegedly robbed told the cops they ain't have no guns. But during discovery, Pooh's team found evidence that the victims did own guns. They had ammo boxes, firearm receipts, all that. So when Pooh's defense pointed that out, it wasn't snitching. It was proving a lie in court.
All right, let's talk morons. Wack 100. I can see where he gets his name because he is Wack. The allegation that Pooh gave up information in his case is so idiotic. Even when he's reading it, DJ Academics is saying what a moron he is. It is next level how stupid he is. Now, if we're saying he's just doing it for clout, if we're saying he's just doing it for views, I would think, okay, that's an excuse. But it really isn't. I really do think he's very stupid. So, long story short is, Pooh Shiesty, Lontrell Williams gave up no one. Absolutely no one. We never cooperated with the government whatsoever. The paperwork that he's reading is that our defense was that we blamed the alleged victims, that the victims were trying to hold up and rob Pooh and his crew, and that's why the guns came out. The victim said, I don't have a gun, I never owned a gun, and through our investigation and the evidence, we found not only did he own a gun, he had a firearm box in the trunk with ammunition in the trunk. Both of these alleged victims were total liars, totally full of shit, and that's why instead of getting 10 years, the judge gave him under 5 years for a shooting case. Not because of any kind of, he cooperated. He didn't cooperate with shit. What was cooperation was the amazing work of his lawyer, me, along with Sam Zegane. I don't want to forget Sam. See my clock in the back. You know what time it is. I don't want to forget my friend Sam because Sam assisted in the case, but absolutely not one single defendant in that case flipped on anybody because there was no one to flip on. They said Pooh was the shooter. They said one of the other guys was the shooter. None of them flipped on anybody. We all went ahead with it. We took the plea, which I wanted to go to trial. I thought it was a good trial as well, but we took the plea and the judge ended up giving us just under 5 years. And with good behavior and an RDAP program, he got out in about 3 and change. So, Wack 100, just to recap, Wack 100 is a moron, and what he is reading is as stupid as it sounds. That is all for now.
Now, see? This where the street rules come into play. Regular civilians gon' say, he just defended himself. That's not telling. But the streets, they see it different. In that world, once you start telling the court anything about what another person did, they call that cooperating. Ain't no such thing as snitching back. So now, when Pooh's lawyer publicly said, yeah, the victims lied, they had guns, he might have accidentally opened that gray area again. 'Cause now it sounds like, wait, you told the court something about them. And that right there gives Wack all the ammo he needs to spin the block again online. It's not that Pooh told on somebody, it's that the lawyer gave too much detail for the internet to chew on. 'Cause once you feed the internet a gray area, they gon' argue it to death.
And the alleged victims, that the victims were trying to hold up and rob Pooh and his crew, and that's why the guns came out. The victim said, I don't have a gun, I never owned a gun. And through our investigation and the evidence, we found not only did he own a gun, he had a firearm box in the trunk with ammunition in the trunk. Both of these alleged victims were total liars, totally full of shit.
That's what we do. The street people lied to law enforcement. The victim said, we ain't had no gun. You telling me, Brad, the smart guy, not gonna call you out your name, you and Pooh decided to tell the truth. The streets don't tell the truth, Brad. Earth to Brad. Anybody home? I really want to call you out your name, but I'm not. R&B has me on not calling people out their name punishment 24 hours. I'm not going to do it, Brad. But you just admitted, there's more, y'all. You just admitted that the victim told the police, hey, we ain't had nothing. But you're saying your defense was to tell the police they had guns. Pooh Shiesty, you're saying, got with you. And you guys is telling the police when they said we ain't had no guns. Yes, y'all did. You can't do that, Brad. No, this ain't Harvard. The closest thing to Harvard we come is Harvard Park, and that's 6 Deuce Route. Shout out, little man. Listen, Brad, you just put the noose around your Pooh Shiesty neck. But I'm not gonna say it. I'm not even gonna insinuate. But I'm gonna keep playing this. This is wild. That's why instead of getting 10 years, the judge gave him under 5 years. So because he told on the victim, instead of getting 10, the judge gave him under 5. Hey, this is Brad. This ain't me. Go, sit back and let Brad do the job for you. Not because of any kind of, he cooperated. He didn't cooperate with shit. He didn't cooperate. Brad, Earth to Brad, when you tell the DA, AUSA, whatever you want to call them, hey, they had guns. And they're saying, we didn't have guns. Yes, they did have guns. That's called cooperating, Brad. Let's keep it going. What was cooperation was the amazing work of his lawyer, me, along with Sam Segane. I don't want to forget Sam. See my clock in the back. You know what time it is. I don't want to forget my friend. He did say that. You see my clock in the back. You know what time it is. That's way worse than saying I have black friends. Let's keep it going.
End of the day, this whole situation feel like deja vu. Every time a rapper come home, instead of celebrating, the streets trying to dig through paperwork like they law students. Wack know what he doing. He baiting the internet. The lawyer know what he doing. He defending his client. But in between, the public just trying to figure out who real and who cap. Now whether Pooh actually said something or not, no evidence proving he did. His lawyer made that clear. But perception, that's a whole different story. And let's keep it real. Pooh one of the few rappers that could balance that Memphis sound with mainstream success. Hip-hop low-key need him right now, especially with all these new female rappers dominating the charts. So we gon' see how Pooh handle this first week back in the spotlight. He stay quiet, let the music talk, or he hop online and address it himself. Either way, the street's watching. Alright, man. Y'all let me know in the comments. Did Pooh really cooperate? Or is this just Wack 100 trying to stir the pot again? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe to Reloaded Daily, where we drop new stories every day straight from the culture.